Welcome back. Now, if you remember the last session that we took, we discussed Rolle's theorem and LMVT in that. Now, I am not telling you what we are going to deal with today. Let us start directly and then we will come to the conclusion, whatever it is. Okay? I have drawn a curve of a function defined by y is equal to function of x. If you observe this curve very carefully, I have taken 2 points. Suppose this is point A and this is point B. So, the point is A is at x is equal to A. That means the coordinate is A comma FA and coordinate of B at x is equal to B is B comma FB. Now, the common observation that I see here is here the value of B is greater than value of A. Okay, that is B is greater than A. Now suppose I take any point between A and B. Suppose I take any point here which is between A and B. So let that point be x is equal to C. So obviously this will be your function of C. Agreed? The common observation which I observe over here is कि here between x is equal to A and x is equal to B, for every C which belonging to open interval of A and B, that is for every point C which is between A and C, what I observe is K for every C belonging to A and B, we find that as the value of x increases, so is the value of y increasing. What I find here, logically, see, we can write it in mathematical statement form also, but this is better to understand. Ki for every point, that is which is between A and B, and there is a point C such that when your C is greater than A but less than B, okay, that for every point which lies between A and B, so as the value goes on increasing, as the value of x goes on increasing, the corresponding value of y also increase. You can take it here also, after this also, everywhere. So as the value of x goes on increasing, what I find is कि corresponding value of y also increases, right? So if I come from this side, it is same, that is as the value of y decreases, the corresponding value of x also decreases. Means the increase in the value of x increases the corresponding value in y. Okay, so here if you see, if this particular is taken as h, then obviously your C will be A plus h. So here if you see, this C which is there is your A plus h, right? So obviously what I find here is the y coordinate over here will be obviously, that is y corresponding over here will be function of a plus h. Let me call it as y1. Okay. The coordinate of suppose this point which is m will be obviously will have coordinate c, that is a plus h comma function of a plus h. Agreed. In this it is very clearly understood that this function of a plus h is greater than function of a. Means I can very clearly see na ki here function of a plus h which is there is greater than function of a. I would better suggest you to draw the figure, so you will understand it better, but then too I will be just scrolling it up and down, you will understand. So here if I see the figure, let me come to the figure pehle. See here, this is your function of c and this is your function of a. So value of function of c is greater than function of a. So obviously I can write here like this, ki function of a plus h is obviously greater than function of a, right? Means commonly speaking, function of a plus h subtracting function of a from both sides is greater than 0, right? Now at that same time I can see here ki also if I see here ki a plus h which is there, that is x coordinate, is greater than a. So obviously a plus h minus a is greater than 0. Agreed. So now if I think on this particular part, so obviously now if I take ratio of them, so since this is positive, the ratio will be positive. So I will get function of a plus h minus function of a upon a plus h minus a is greater than 0. So this is something which I have achieved from the observation. Now let us go to the basic part of thinking again. What I found is कि as the value of x increases, then the corresponding value of y also increases. Means this graph is such that as the x goes on increasing, this goes on increasing, see this goes on increasing, so this goes on increasing, right? Now this achievement which I have got, we will talk on that part, okay? Now if I supposingly I am taking one more point over here, one more, actually I wanted to take on both sides, but it is not possible, so I am taking only to the right side of C. Now I have another point C1, so this is your function of C1, and left side which I am not having, so that I am considering, let it be C0, okay? That is, there are 2 points now here, okay? Now I have C which is greater than C0 is greater than C1, so obviously function of C is greater than function of C0 and less than function of C1. Agreed. Means for every smallest neighborhood of C, as the value of x increases, the value of corresponding y increases. And now let me do one thing. If I draw a tangent at point C1, see this one, short tangent at point, this is tangent at point C1 and this is the tangent at point C. Even this is the tangent at point A. not so much perfect, but it is understood. Okay, so let me draw it this side so that it will be more clear to understand. Suppose this is the curve and I am drawing tangent over here. Agreed. Now, if you, sorry, you're not able to see. Yes, sorry. So these are the tangents which I have drawn already at this point. See this particular tangent, not very clearly visible but understandable. This is another tangent I have drawn. All the tangents I can draw everywhere. I am not considering about point A tangent and point B tangent. I am drawing tangents between A and B. Okay. So that particular one tangent I have drawn to that side. Now if I extend this tangent downside, so what do I find? Right? What do I find that you see? I find it makes angle theta with positive direction of x-axis, and that theta is acute. That means I can say here that tangents which are drawn, this is what I was talking about, C0. Tangents which are drawn at point C0, C1, okay, C0, C1, or even at C. All the tangents have inclination acute, that is, they form acute angle with positive direction of x-axis. It means that the slope of tangent is always positive. Okay, so I will write down what I am speaking here. So what do I find here is, so I can say here, so tangent drawn at C or C0, that is C0 or C1, forms acute angle with positive direction of x-axis, that is inclination of tangents at C0 and C1 is acute. I will not say theta, I will say it is acute. तो इसका मतलब the tangent ratio of it is always positive, right? It is neither zero also, but it is only positive. So if it is positive, so let me go to the definition of tangent in terms of derivatives. So I know that tangent to a curve at a point is nothing but, that is tangent which I draw to the curve at a point, and slope of that particular tangent, that is slope of that particular tangent is nothing but, slope of that particular tangent is nothing but derivative of a function at that point. So tan theta is positive, which is nothing but slope of a tangent, right? So that is tangent only, na? So slope of tangent. So slope of tangent is nothing but derivative of a function, that is f dash x, at so called as, you can say here, okay, at only one first point I am taking here, say at x is equal to C0 is positive, and also f dash x at x is equal to C1 is also positive, right? And that we have derived here also. Now this is what language which we spoke earlier, that is function of a plus h minus function of a upon a plus h minus f of a is nothing but slope, right? That is nothing but the slope of tangent at particular point, whichever I had taken as C. So slope in this particular case also, here also, or here also, in both the case it is positive. So what is my common thinking telling me? Ki I had a curve defined in an open interval, okay, that curve in an open interval for every point which is such that it is in ascending order. That is, now if I say like this, okay, if here you have A which is less than C0, which is less than C1, which is less than C2, which is less than, and so on up to so called as your B. Then for every point between A and B, I have found out that as the value of x increased, so does the value of y increased. Then what I found here, that function of A is less than function of C0, is less than function of C1, is less than function of C2, less than so called as function of B. Right? That means I will say कि as it goes, x coordinate goes in ascending order, so does the y coordinate go in ascending order. That means as the value of x increased, so does the value of y increased. Right? That means if x is increasing, in common language we will speak, if x is increasing and y also corresponding increases, then we say that the function is increasing. Therefore, I will say here k, therefore y is equal to function of x is strictly increasing function in interval, that is open interval A and B. So, how do I come to know that the function is increasing? The common sense tells me that value of x will increase, so does the value of y will increase. That is one thing. And second thing is what? If I want to know that it is increasing, then I will get the derivative at every point which is between A and B, which is between A and B, always positive. So I will say here कि function is increasing between A and B, or rather strictly increasing between A and B, if and only if. So therefore function is strictly increasing. There are two different things. It is also called as monotonic. Monotonic, same. Mono, same. Tonic means trend. So same, strictly increasing. So strictly increasing and only increasing. So that we will see later on. Increasing also we will see, but here we are talking only about strictly increasing. The function is said to be strictly increasing in open interval of A and B, if and only if the slope, that is f dash x is always positive. Okay, it is always positive. So function is strictly increasing in A and B if and only if f dash x is always positive. Okay, so same thing I can say about the decreasing function, which I am not writing now in detail. I am just discussing it. So what could be decreasing function? So let me draw a graph. Suppose this is the graph, okay, which is again for defined as y is equal to function of x, and same thing here is x is equal to A, and this is your x is equal to B. This is any point x is equal to C. Now you can see here, this is your function of A, this is your function of C, and this is your function of B. Now if I take any point over here in the smallest neighborhood of C, Now here you have already seen. So this is your C0 and this is your C1. So obviously you can see that they are, now I'll make it like this to understandable. This is your C0 and this is your okay. Now visibility is okay, you can understand at least little bit. So this is your, now you can see here C0 and C1, you can, I think so, yes, you can see it. Okay. So now here I will commonly discuss on this particular part. So here obviously the condition remains same, that is C which is there lies between A and B. Okay, that is C is greater than A but less than B, no issue. But what has happened is, this is your value of function of A and this is value of function of B. That means what I found here, the function of A value is greater than function of C value is greater than function of B. That means I found what, कि as the value of x increases, so I am writing in short form, x increases, so is y increasing? No, the y here was over here. So increasing means it should have come like this, but it is going down. That means as x increases, so y decreases. Okay, that means as the value of x increases, so does the value of y start decreasing, right? So x is increasing but y is decreasing, right? Now if it happens, so obviously such function where x goes on increasing and y goes on decreasing, that is as the value of x increases, the corresponding value of y starts decreasing, then such function is called as decreasing function. Okay, now I will talk about this, that is I have taken 2 points, x is equal to C0 and x is equal to C1, which are in the neighborhood of C. So at C0 and C1 what I find, कि C0 is less than C is less than C1, but the value of y, that is function of C0, is greater than function of C, and function of C, that is the value of function of C, is greater than function of C1. Okay, so that is my observation, right? So what I found, कि in the neighborhood of C, as the value of x went on increasing, the corresponding value of y went on decreasing. That means it is true for every point between A and B, that कि as x goes on increasing, so does y goes on decreasing. So such function is called as strictly decreasing function between the interval A and B, open interval. Huh? Now let us see कि what is the role of tangent over here. That is, if I see here, I can very clearly, I will draw another figure over here to understand it better, so that only one tangent I can draw, that also nicely. So this is the same curve. Now suppose I am to draw a tangent over here. So this is my tangent, right? Now if I extend that tangent, then I get here this angle which is alpha. So this tangent which is there is forming alpha with positive direction of x-axis, and that alpha which is being formed is an obtuse angle. In local language to speak, it is more than 90, that means falls in second quadrant. Suppose it falls in second quadrant right now, or even more than that, that we are not considering so much, but it is greater than 90, that is for sure. Okay, now it falls in your greater than 90 wala part. right? Because angle we are defining only up to so called as 180. We don't take reflex angles. So 0 to pi only. So it is lying in second quadrant. So since it lies in second quadrant and alpha being more than 90, the tangent ratio of it will be negative because it lies in second quadrant, so tan alpha will be negative. That means slope of tangent at certain point, that is slope of tangent will be negative. So I can say here ki f dash x at so called as x is equal to 0 is negative, and so does f dash x at x is equal to c0, this is c0, at c0 is negative, and also f dash x at x is equal to c1 also is negative. That means I can say कि function is strictly interval decreasing around c. So I can elaborate it in such a way that कि function is said to be decreasing function if and only if the derivative of that particular function at a point is negative. To summarize, I can say कि function is strictly increasing in the open interval of a and b if and only if f dash x at a point between a and b is always positive. Similarly, function is said to be strictly decreasing in the open interval of a and b if and only if f dash x at any point between so called as a and b is negative. So this is the main concept. The understanding part is that कि as the value of x goes on increasing between the given interval, the corresponding value of y increases, it is increasing function. If the value of x goes on increasing but the corresponding value of y goes on decreasing, then that is called as decreasing function. Okay, so as x increases, y increases, increasing function. I did not use the word strictly here. As the value of y increases, as the value of x increases and the value of y decreases, that is decreasing function. Strictly we use when it is between the open interval. We will be using the terminology of increasing function in some other parts, that is even so called as, I will just give you simple example. Okay, after a small space is there I will draw. Here is some small space. Okay, suppose the graph is like this. You can see the graph, and between these 2 points you can see कि function is increasing and becomes stationary from here, that is it is parallel to x axis. So f dash x is 0 over here, right? Now if you see this particular part, so if you take these 2 points, so between these 2 points it is strictly increasing. But if you take the whole graph, then this function is still an increasing function but not strictly increasing. Got the difference? Ki here after a particular point the f dash x becomes 0 because it is parallel to x axis. So slope becomes 0. So it becomes 0 but does not dip down. So this function is called as increasing function but not strictly increasing. But there are certain function, generally what is expected कि after the function goes on increasing, there will be a certain point where it will become stationary. It means like this here. It will become stationary and after that it will drop down, it will become decreasing. Or if the function is decreasing, then after stationary point it will go on increasing. But it can also happen that after the function is increasing between the 2 points, again it goes on increasing, or decreasing, so again it goes on decreasing. So that time you will not get strictly increasing neither strictly decreasing. That particular point is called as point of inflection. Okay, so right now we will not discuss on that, we will be discussing only on increasing function and decreasing function. Now after this I will go to the concept of maxima and minima, because having understood this we will use that concept also, and then we will go to the problems. I hope you have understood this concept very nicely. I have told you what is strictly increasing, strictly decreasing, and only increasing and only decreasing. The decreasing also will be like that same, कि after particular point it will become stationary, but it will not dip down. Or if it is decreasing, after stationary point it will not increase. So that is called as only increasing or only decreasing. But if it is strictly increasing, then it is compulsory between the 2 points, and at every point you will get the derivative positive if it is increasing, and derivative negative if it is decreasing. Okay, it was nice talking to you. You were talking to Samir sir, you are guided by Samir sir. Now you will be dealing with so called as maxima and minima theory part, and then you will deal with the problems based on increasing function, decreasing function, maxima and minima. Hope you are studying properly. Till lockdown is there, stay home, stay safe. After the lockdown is over, then too we must be very much careful. Okay, thank you and goodbye.